One day, a farmer was walking through a forest when he came across a small abandoned egg. He picked it up and thought, well, this may be another chicken, so let me just take it back home to my barn and see if it will hatch or not. So he picked it up, put it in his pocket, and walked back home. When he came there, he put that egg along with all the other eggs that were there, and the mother hens then started to nurse that egg as well. Some weeks went by, and the eggs started hatching. One chicken came out, another chicken came out, then a third one came out, a fourth one came out. The farmer was so happy. And then he saw that the egg which he got from the forest was also starting to hatch. But what he found out was shocking. Instead of a hen, he had actually gotten the egg of a golden eagle, and a baby golden eagle came out of that small egg. But now that the baby eagle was born with these hens, he started to live like all of them. The farmer did not release him or do something else. He was just there with all of them. He played with the hens. He would hop around like them. He would not fly. He would just eat all of those things that they would be given their diet, and then he would live the life of a hen. All of that happened until one day a big golden eagle was flying all across the sky when he noticed this strange thing. He wondered, why is this golden eagle jumping around and hopping like chickens? So that eagle came flying down and stopped right there in front of that small baby golden eagle. Why are you living like a hen? That eagle asked. And the small eagle, that baby eagle, said, I am a hen. He was terrified. He was terrified by that. He said, I am a hen. I live like this. This is my life. I will have to hop around. I have to eat. I have to play, and then I have to wait to be slaughtered. The voice of the baby eagle was trembling. He thought that maybe the big eagle was going to eat him now. He was worried. But then the eagle said, you are living in a myth. This is not your life. You are a golden eagle just like me. That small golden eagle did not believe it. That is why what the big eagle did was he took him and to a nearby water. He took him to a nearby lake, and there the baby eagle saw his own reflection. He was shocked. He could not believe that he was actually an eagle. And that time, as soon as he saw that, he opened up his wings. He started flying and joined the flock of those eagles, who then went on to live their lives and live large as eagles do. Is this something that is happening with you as well? Are you an eagle thinking that you are just a hen? Or are you a hen thinking that you are a big eagle? Are you truly living the life you desire? Or are you living a life that is away from your center, that is away from who you truly are? For most people, the answer is that they are living a life that they don't want to live, that does not represent who they truly are, and that is why we feel unhappy. The real reason why unhappiness exists in our lives is because we live like a person who we are not. Now, before you say, no, I know who I am. My name is Mr. John. My name is Mr. Akash. My name is Mrs. Anju, whatever it is. Or that I am a doctor, I am a teacher, I am a pilot, so I know who I am. Well, those are just labels given to you. If your name is Anju today and tomorrow you change it to Anjali, does that name Anju still exist? It does not. Your name has just vanished into thin air, and now that it has changed, you have a completely new identity. So your name is not who you are. It is just a label you attach to yourself. And now your profession. People who are pilots can also be musicians. People who are engineers can also be doctors. People who are doctors can also be poets. It all depends on the kind of field you choose. So your profession also does not define you. Now the main question is, what does define me then? How can I get rid of this unhappiness in my life? How can I start doing what I truly want to and feel happy in my life? That is a very important question to ask, because many of us don't even realize this. We are living such an unconscious life. We are living so away from who we truly are that we forget that life is a grand adventure. Life is something we need to enjoy. Life is something that we need to live to the fullest, and we just live in this unconscious, dreamy world of unhappiness and sorrow. Learn from the story of this man. He was sitting with his counselor for his 7th therapy session, and that time the counselor asked him, "What is going on in your life right now?" It had been almost 9 months since that man had come to therapy, and this time the counselor wanted to get to know what was happening. She wanted to keep being updated, and he said, "Now I'm into my second marriage. I've married another woman, but my life is very depressed and I don't know what to do." She was a little bit astounded. She did not know that, because when she had talked to him earlier, he was already in his first marriage. So she asked him, "What happened to your first marriage? How did it break up?" He said, No, it did not break up. I was driving on the express highway at 120 kilometers per hour. It was fun. I was having a lot of enjoyment and it was awesome. But suddenly, a truck stopped right in front of us and I couldn't brake in time, and my car rammed right into it. I lost one eye, so this is my plastic eye right now. But I also lost my wife and my daughter. Both of them got killed in that accident. After that, for about 2 weeks, I had to stay in the hospital and get all the surgeries done. And now, I finally moved on and married to another woman, but I feel very unhappy. I don't know what is going on with my life. The therapist understood this. She talked him throughout this and she asked him various questions about how life was going, how he could improve, and all of those things. And as the discussion went on, she asked him, "What speed do you drive on right now then?" He said, "Obviously, I drive on 120 only on the express highway. I have to have fun in life, right?" Can you imagine having this level of unconsciousness? Something that has cost that man his eye, a lot of his time, his money, and most importantly his wife and his daughter, and he is still continuing to do that. Is that the kind of life we want to live? That kind of unfulfillment, that kind of unconscious, unfazed existence where we don't even know who we are, where we don't know what we are doing, and we're just passing life by. That is not who we are meant to be. We all have unlimited potential and we all have a specific purpose in life. The only reason why humans can think and humans can reason and imagine, but giraffes or dogs or other animals can't, is because the universe has given us intelligence. The intelligence that we require to create phenomenal results in our life. If we use that intelligence to the fullest, we will live a happy, joyful and fulfilled life. But if we don't, we live a life that is neither more impactful than a dog or a giraffe. That's the truth. And we say that yes, we have wisdom, we read many books, we read through our religious scriptures and all of that. But to be honest, none of that is of use if you don't know what the true meaning of wisdom is and you don't practice in your life. In simple words, wisdom is knowing yourself and doing the right thing so that you feel happy and you create a meaningful life. It's as simple as that. But if you continue to live unconsciously, if you continue to live like that man who lost his wife, who lost his daughter, but still continues to do the same action, still drives at the speed, then we are seriously doing something wrong with our lives and we need to change. But before we go on to that and before we understand how to discover our true self and how to get that wisdom in our life, we need to understand how do we lose it that way, because when we are born into this world, we are in order with the nature. We are in order with what is how the universe has created us. But with our society, we become different. We lose touch with that center and we just need to regain it back. So let us understand this through the simple story of our life and how we progress. I have also told this in my book Explore the New You, which will offer you even more in-depth guidance on how you can take more actionable steps. Because in over 200 pages, I have signified and I have told about all the steps you need to take your life from zero to hero, to take your life from the point where you're unclear about your purpose to building the right systems that take you to success. So click on the link in the description. I'll give one to you and you can buy my book there as well. And I'm sure that it will help you. So coming back to this topic and the story of life that I want to tell you. When we are born, we don't know who we are. We don't know our name. We don't know our nationality. We don't know the city we belong to. We don't know the family we are born into. The first person that touches us, the first person that we feel secure with is our own mother. So that is where we form our first identity. This person who is taking care of me, this person who is loving me is my mother. Then we are slowly introduced to our father. We are told this is your father, this person is your father, this person is your dad. And then we understand, okay, these two people are the most important in our life and they are called parents. Then we grow. Then we come to know about many more new things, like we come to know about language, we come to know how to speak. Then we understand our relatives, we get to connect with them, and we develop this understanding that this is our world. But the world just doesn't end there. Then we go to school. There we are introduced to a completely new type of world. We have friends, a concept of friends is introduced, a concept of teachers, a concept of a separate space for learning is introduced. And through this, we form various identities. We form the identities of being a son or daughter, of being a brother or sister, of being a cousin, of being a nephew, of being a niece, of being a student, and all of those things, of being a friend. And these identities start to create our life. Then identities like our nationality and our family heritage come into place. You may be Indian, you may be American, you may be Norwegian, you may be Vietnamese. Whoever you are, you get that identity that yes, this is the kind of nation I belong to. And through this, you start to form all these integrate and deep personalities and deep identities. And then when you go out into the real world, you have this maze in front of you. This identity connects with this one, then this one, then this one, and it's all confused and mixed up. You have hundreds of identities and you think this is who I am. I am a father, I am a son, I am a wife, I am a daughter, I am a mother, I am all of those things that come. Then that is why you say, I am my name. I am Anju, or I am John, or I am Akash, or that I am a doctor, I am a professor, I am a musician, whatever it is. You start defining these kind of things for yourself. And that is a problem. These are the things that society has told us. These are not the things who we truly are. And these are not the things that truly make us. Let me break it down for you. If you were to lose your name, would you still be alive? You would. It will not kill you, right? You will not die. You can get a new name, you can get a new identity. If you were to lose your job or profession, can you not try and become successful in another field? You can. If you lose your family, will you also die? Will you go away from this world if your family goes away from you? You won't. You will still be alive. If your friends go away, if your schools go away, so many things that we form our identity around. All of these, if they go away, will those things still kill us, or will those things make us like, no, we cannot live anymore after this? No. All of those things, even if they're gone from our lives, we can still survive. We can still live a life. And that is why all of those are just the periphery. Neither of them are the center, the core of who we truly are. So what is the core? Let me ask you this simple question. If oxygen disappears from this world for 5 minutes only, if your breath is stopped for 5 minutes only, will you be able to survive? If you are not able to breathe, if you're not able to do all of those things, Will you even be able to survive if you can't take a simple breath? You can't. And that is what the center is. Each moment, whether we consider it or not, whether we consciously focus on it or not, we are breathing. And that is what is keeping us alive. And that breath is what our core is. That breath is what connects us with the universe. Because what is it that makes us alive? It is the breath we are able to take. When a newborn baby is born, if the child isn't crying, if the child isn't breathing, the doctors stab him, the doctors slap that baby. Why? So that they can revive, so that they can start the breathing. And that is the most important function of our lives. And that is what the universe connects with us. So the core is our breathing, and the core is that we survive. We are someone in this world, and around that we form so many complicated and intricate identities. The nature or the universe hasn't decided if someone will become a doctor or a professor. It is something we create ourselves. At the core level, at the level of the universe, we are a human being, and if we are a human being, we are filled with unlimited potential, unlimited purpose, and with that purpose, what we need to do is that we need to create an impact, because we should not take our ability to think and to imagine for granted. We humans have been offered that special ability, and if we tap into that the right way, we will be able to understand what true wisdom is. Before, I said that wisdom is about knowing yourself, and when you know that you are breath, and that breath connects you with the universe, you realize that you are the universe, and you have a specific, definite purpose that you want to fulfill in this world. When you realize this fact, you get that wisdom, and when you know this, you truly understand who you are. So it does not matter whether you are a doctor, whether you are a professor, or anyone. To do what you truly want to and to do what you're truly meant to is important. And that is how you discover true wisdom. That is what you need, and you need to find who you are at the core and what you wish to do, what that person who the universe sent into this world wishes to do, and what that number one purpose for you is. Because if you're listening to this right now, I want to congratulate you because you are alive. And if that isn't something that makes you smile, I don't know what will. Just knowing that you're alive, and just knowing that you're able to take deep breaths, be alive, is something you should be grateful for, and is something that should be enough to motivate you to make the best use of this gift. Because you don't know if you have a next life or not, you don't know if you had a previous life or not. There is no guarantee. You have this time, and the universe has given you a strong purpose that you need to fulfill. Just because people don't understand this concept, just because we don't think about it this way, we get engaged in so many little problems that are all around the periphery. Money, job, all of those things. They create unhappiness because why? We think that no, that is not a center, that is not what we want to do. And the thing is, when we form so many identities, we don't have true aspirations and our goals. The way that we make our goals and aspirations is by looking at what others do. We see that that uncle is doing well, he has an IT job, so we should go there. We think that I will become a software engineer, I'll do this, I'll do that. Why? Because that is what the world has told us, and that is what we think will make us feel happy. We make our dreams and aspirations based on imitation and not what we truly want to be. And that is again a very big problem. So, what you need to do is that let go of that imitation. Let go of all those things, because that is what creates unhappiness for your life. You don't know what you truly want to do, and you're stuck in that loophole around that periphery. Don't do that. Come back. Come back to your center point. Come back to that center you have in yourself, and that is when you'll discover who you truly want to become. And there's a simple way to do that. Go in a place in nature. That time you'll be connected with nature and the universe. Keep all distractions at bay. Don't watch any TV. Don't engage in any kind of social media activity. And just sit there and let your mind process through thoughts, let your mind go through thoughts, because what our mind is like is, with so many integrate things, we do what we do with our computer in our mind. So we keep on opening new things, we don't close the previous tabs, we keep on adding new and new things until the computer hangs and it isn't able to work anymore. With adding so many identities, adding so many pressures to our mind, we do the same thing. We wait for the time when our mind hangs, when it can't take it anymore, and that is the time when people have anxiety attacks, when people have stress bursts. And if you don't want that in your life, you need to do this. You need to close the previous tabs down, and you need to get to the core important tasks that you want to do to make sure your life runs smoothly. So the simple way to do that is, ask yourself, if I had no limitations, if I had no money problems, because that is a big win. If I had no money problems and no resource problems, what would I want to do? What would I happily do? And that is where your answer is. Because most people don't think that way. Many amazing poets are working in jobs like a doctor or an engineer. Many creative artists are working as a IT professional leading an unhappy life. Many IT professionals are living as a doctor and doing things they don't like. So many people, a lot of us, thousands of us, are just doing things we don't like because we don't think that way, and we are wasting our potential. And when we realize that who we truly are, what we truly want to do, and that wisdom is just knowing ourselves, knowing that we are that core of breath, we set ourselves free. We cut out all those extra identities and all that extra fluff that is there. We cut that out. We just focus on the core, and that sets us free. That breaks all limitations that are there in our lives and allows us to tap into our fullest potential. Do this. Find who you truly want to become. Don't remain unconscious like that person who still drives at 120 kilometers per hour. Be mindful of your life. Be mindful of where you want to take it, and you will make one that is well worth living. Thank you very much for watching this video.